Are you looking for answers about extraterrestrials or maybe the true meaning of life? Then you have come to the right place. Welcome to the Ivan Teller online broadcast. Please subscribe to this YouTube channel. And for more details, please visit ivanteller.com and learn more about your galactic families.
Greetings all. Okay, we're just going to a blessings all. We're just going to meditation and we'll begin. You can say it's kind of like a galactic update, something around those lines. Blessings all. Greetings, Earthlings, those that live on this planet. Greetings to all. I am Xander, a Pleiadian.
Greetings, Xander.
Thank you. We bring much joy to your world. We wish to help you find yourselves, to bring your heart, to make your heart grow without having these negative emotions around you to take you down. We only want the best for you. We want this world to grow up without having the hindrance of negative, violent emotions that had one time a purpose, but now those days are coming to an end. Understand life should be like swimming in a pool, or I should say, swimming in an ocean. Let's put it that way. Pools are nothing. In a clean pool, let's put it that way. Some of your pools are not very clean. But life should be blissful. It should be joyful. It should be always joyful. All the time, every day. It should not be joyful and then be depressing for the rest of your time. We realize that many of you go to work and there's just no joy there, but you must find the joy in everything to bring joy to life within you. Even things that you do not like to do, find joy in that. Just bring joy to it. Instead of going to work, saying, oh, I have to go to this job and I don't want to be there, somebody shoots me. Instead, you bring joy to it. Say, yes, I do not enjoy being here, but I must find the happiness there. Just do it. It's like, this isn't exactly where I want to be, but I enjoy being here. It could be far worse, but don't even think like that. This is joy. Just enjoy the moment, no matter what it is. That will raise your vibration. That will help you connect to others. That will make you a fun person to be around. Joyness is essential for your growth. We wish for this for you. We understand that moodiness gets you nowhere. It is a joy to, is going to the supermarket and everyone's depressed at your checkout. Bring some joy to them, even if they do shut you down. That does not matter. Don't let them shut you down. Give them joy. That is what you must use. That is the essential for your growth, your world growth, even in times of war. Bring joy to those times. I know it sounds funny, but it does help. If you have joy, you'll help you overcome so many things. It is so essential because understand when you all are at a vibration, a high vibration of I'm going to find a joy in this moment no matter what. Even if I'm this is let's put it this way. The old me would say this sucks. The new me says I'm going to find joy in this no matter what. And not just in one thing, all of it. That is what we want for you. This is how you move forward. This is how you leave your past behind you, which had many lessons, which was quite fascinating for us to watch. But those times are over. Don't you want your children to grow up in a safe environment? You must bring joy to everything around you, and they will. They will grow up in a safe environment. But if you live in fear, they will be in fear, and they will attract fear. You'll attract darkness. Understand that. If you're a high vibration, you can clear out all these things. Harassment also is the same thing. It's like if you go there thinking you're going to get harassed, you will be eventually. But if you go there with joy, you surround yourself with happiness, and just you'd be surprised of your results. Even if someone does come up to you, you say, I'm going to give you joy. I'm going to give you love. It's like whatever you have to say, that is fine. That is something you had to do. I don't have a problem with that. You're not going to take me down a level. You're not going to force me down into your level of fear. And what do you call it? Words are not uncomfortableness. It is essential, especially your social engagements. You must bring happiness there. There's different levels of it. A happiness of just craziness, crazy happy, is not a bad thing. Because those of darkness will bounce off you. Understand that. That's how it works. All these negativities that come after you will diffuse as they come into your realm. That's how it works. And as your world does this more and more and more, your vibration of your planet goes up and up and up. So it's your perspective is so important. It is, yes, the message is actually quite short because that's all there is. There are other subject matters, such as relationships, sex, and that matter. Is there joy there? Sometimes, not always. Sometimes it's aggression. Sometimes it is, what do you call, points from some males? Oh, I bagged another one, things of that sort. What is that exactly? You are not giving the other one any love at all. You're fulfilling yourself and no one else. What is that? Is that something you want? Now, some do. But realize the male mentality should be more of loving others and yourself and respecting others. Even in those that are married, don't always respect the other one. This is vital. What do you think relationships go down so quickly? Because they not respect the other one. They just thought, yes, the love burned out because the love probably wasn't there to begin with. It was a facade. It was something that worked out in the moment, but was not really love, was not really caring, was not really affection. But understand if you have joy, love inside yourself. I use the word joy because it's more powerful. Not powerful in love, but it's a different word to use. Joy is like a bubble. It can surround you. And give you another perspective of yourself and others around you. We understand that many on your planet are, yes, as this one says, in their own little cubicles in their own little worlds, unfortunately, because there's no trust here. That must be amended, must be fixed. Understand if you are upbeat with no agendas, only of love, that is easiest to connect to. You must put this in your mindset of I'm going to be a loving person to everyone, no matter who they are. Negative, positive, politicians, that's funny. That's an interesting one. That one's a hard one, actually. Understandable why. But understand you put love into everything. You are immortal. His negativities, those of negativity that come towards you, will diffuse as they hit your energy. So put your mind up into a higher frequency. Instead of being a victim, being angry, oh, I don't know if this is going to happen, or this is the old mentality of your world. Many lessons were learned from that. Realize those lessons are. How many times do you guys go through that? Is there anything before I leave?
Would you say that trying to find beauty, even in these moments that are trying, even if it's the shape of a leaf or something you hear someone say that is kind, that would help attract more joy because you are starting to view the world and to view the beauty inside of it?
Yes, to connect to the soul of the beings, soul of nature, soul of others, to bring out the beauty of who they are on the inside. Even beauty is always on the outside and in. Well, not always. There's no beauty in the inside. How can there be beauty on the outside? No matter how they look. But to connect to these things is to put your intentions out, to connect to their soul, not to their mind patterns.
Right.
Connect to who they are, truly, instead of their issues, they call. Attract their true self. You say, I only want to talk to who you really are instead of who you think you are.
Right.
That's powerful. That will bring themselves out. And they will say, why am I acting like this? Why am I talking like this? Because that's how you really are. You're not this in this fear mentality and things of that sort. This blockages that your world is so easily to mend on you all.
Right.
So connecting to those who they really are, and then those that are negative also, at least you're connecting who they really are. Those that lie a lot, things of that sort, you'll connect to that also.
Right.
Instead of going through this charade, are they telling the truth or not? This is also part of the Pleiadian landscape, or all worlds for that matter, but we're going with Pleiadian. This is how we all connect. We are all connected that way.
Beautiful.
Yes, thank you. Is there anything else? Because I believe there's nothing else.
No, I don't think that there is. I think you covered
Yes, I
joy
feel like I covered.
very well.
I know. It's just I did have many things to say, but after that, I want to leave it at that because that is enough to understand.
Right.
Because that's a tough one sometimes. Not always. But I don't want to have too many lessons here. too many of our ideologies.
Right.
Just keep it simple.
Telling us to be courageous and find beauty and joy in difficult situations.
Yes, joy. It's a word that is easy to connect to your world. We have other words, but that's an easier one too. It's easy to remember for your world. Let's put that. Keep it simple.
Right.
Yes, there's Pleiadians obviously here everywhere, and they are working with their star seeds to waken up to communications like this and spirituality, true spirituality, not religious spirituality.
Mm-hmm.
This is essential. It is not easy because many of those star seeds had to go through many tests, and there were a web, we could say, a thorny web for that matter. But once they come out of that web and go into spirituality, eventually they will realize why they had to go through these certain events. And for not all, but most, well, they're learning all these things to help other worlds, to help others, and also to help create other planets, to add these things or subtract what they went through. These lessons. Should we put that lesson in? Should we put this one in? Things of that sort. So you must go through these things, experience these things, even if you don't want to, because they're essential in soul growth. But not everything is. But they are essential to other lifetimes. So what you are going through now, that is might be negative, but it is a lesson. Realize that it's mostly just data you are taking in. That's all. It's just, yes, you are living the memories of that sort. That's understandable. But understand your life isn't forever here. When you reincarnate into the other side, you just have data, information. And this information helps you become a more beautiful person, become a more knowledgeable person, more sympathetic person to others that have been through the same thing. That is why you go through these things. And so it's very important. It's like, why did I go through this? Why me? It's vital. Just part of different levels of understanding. As we go on, expand more and more and more, it gets more complicated. We expand more to more, as you call, weirdness. But it is helpful because you just we are like creatures of knowledge. You must have all we can get. And we have enough, we go on to another experience and keep grabbing. So but this is one of the hardest tests in the galaxy, universe, I should say. And these lessons here are vital for your next life. So they say, why is this happening to me? Because you are building up to your next life that will be most likely less violent, but not always. But is essential for your learning for your next incarnation. Thank you. I think I've talked enough. Blessings all. Thank you. I am Xander.
Blessing.
Blessings to you. Namaste. That's never happened like that before. Not really need water after that. Okay.
Okay.
Yeah. That was different. Okay. I was going to do a video about this. Actually, I'm glad I didn't. About my guides. I have other spirit guides here now, several. And one in particular is here, and I'm going to channel him right now. So it's going to be a surprise. So this will be short. Yeah.
Bring them on in.
Okay. Here you go. Yes, I was not perfect, but I came here to change the world, and I did. Excuse me. My name is Howard Hughes. Greetings.
Greeting.
Yes, I realize I was not a perfect human being. Yes, women, I did not exactly treat them with the nicest respect, but understand I wasn't exactly mentally with it either. I'm not using this as an example to make me look good, but anyway. I give you some ideas about I figure some might find this fascinating. Of my lineage, yes, I was, a moment, a Zeta star seed, but also with Pleiadian mixtures. I had many Arcturian downloads during my lifetime. That's how I did the aviation, the creation of many planes. Much of my Pleiadian lifetimes were of my adventureness, was Pleiadian. The Zeta was more of my technical skills to bring it all together, to put this in the right place, and to spruce use, things of that sort. I don't like that name. But to bring all these things together to make a fleet of airplanes that can basically, I wanted to take over the world. That was not possible, but that was one of my intentions. But I did. I was the beacon to the leader of aviation. It cannot be denied that. I have been forgotten by your world because they did not want, because your elites, those of power, those talentless bastards. Sorry about that. But they wanted to destroy me any chance they could. But I was the leader, and they were so pissed off that I can do it and they couldn't. That I was not one of them. I was a renegade. That's why I'm channeling through this one, because he is very much like me in that regard. The renegade, the one they all came after, and they eventually did get me in the end. Because I made many mistakes of who I was trusting, which I've learned much. At this time, I am a guide to learn from my mistakes and to help others to make their lives better. Where I succeeded, I can give them my insight. Yes, during my last years on this world was as I come through this body, it all comes back, and it just, oh, oh. There's so many in the government that wanted me gone, dead. My friends were not my friends, giving me drugs that were not eloquent for me, that were not the drugs I should be taking. So my eccentricity, obviously, through my downloads I received through many entities, not just Arcturian, it was a little bit more than I could handle. So that's why I kind of went off the deep end at times. Germophobic, well, no, germophobic, well, that was mine. My mental stability was not always there because I was just receiving so much. It became overwhelming to me. Do I have a message for your world? Not for, kind of. Never give up on your dreams. Patience is vital. It is hard. It is hard to hold on to what you love the most, but you have to wait for it forever. I did not have to go through this. But it is vital for your world. Patience makes you a more rounded person. Makes you a better person. Obviously, I did not have patience. I did on some things, yes. But a lot of it was handed to me, but not all. The times I was, these were fast times. If I can do it again, would I do it differently? Probably not. I don't try to think like that. Try to learn from my mistakes. Be more nurturing person. Obviously, like I said before, my mentality wasn't exactly up to snuff. But to treat women better, I would do that in a future time, lifetime. But overall, I think I did a pretty good job. Could have been worse. As for aviation, I still feel like I am the crown prince of that. If it wasn't for me, you would not have what you have in the skies right now. And one thing before I go, I didn't know about extraterrestrials. I know about the Zetas at least because we saw them in the skies all the time. Yeah, and we knew the government was covering it up too. So that was another reason why I wasn't too popular with them. They tried to take my money away. I failed on that, but they tried to destroy my character, which they succeeded at. But not fully. But as for message, it is your average message. Follow your dreams. It might take years, decades. But the fire never ends, does it? It's always there somewhere. Even if you put it down for a while because you're tired of waiting. You go do something else so you don't go crazy. Realize these dreams can easily become reality if you wish. If you feel that society will benefit from what you have, it will happen. So believe in yourself and your ideas. It is easy to take yourself down, isn't it? Easy to destroy yourself, isn't it? Don't do that. Doubt is something that you don't want to. It is a lesson. But overall, my message is to never give up. No matter what. You can take a break from your dreams, but never let them go forward. Blessings all. I'm Howard.
Blessings.
Yeah, you can open up for questions. Did you? Did you have a question for him?
I wanted to ask him about the OCD, and if he had any tips for others on how to handle OCD that he might have picked up along the way.
No, 1 second. He's coming back. Yes, go ahead.
Yeah, I wanted to ask you if you had any advice for people who are currently suffering with OCD or other anxiety disorders.
Find the right doctor. I did not always find that. I found doctors that just wanted me as a patient for my money, did not care about my problem. So find the right doctor, shop, basically, for the right one.
Right.
Be careful what you take too, because sometimes they OD you, or they don't give you the right subscription for those things,
Right.
because they don't quite understand it. So I know I say this. Basically, if they give you a dosage, take it. If you feel uneasy, take half and then go complain. Things of that sort. If it doesn't flow right, complain immediately. Is there anything else? Did I answer your question?
Yeah, you did a pretty good job. Thank you.
That was my problem, but that wasn't my only problem. Yes, go ahead, please.
And with agoraphobia too.
Oh, yes.
I know you suffered with agoraphobia.
That was from past lives where I had to be in some disgusting situations on your planet. So I vowed to never be in those situations ever again. So when I reincarnated, I didn't want to touch anything. Not even myself.
Yeah, and you didn't really want to have a whole lot of contact with people. You shut yourself off.
Yes, because I see things a little bit more deeply than others. Getting too close, just the human race is just messy in that regard. At least in my vision. That's my thing. Most of that was past lives.
Gotcha. Thank you for your insight.
Thank you. Is there anything else?
No, not at this time, but thank you very much.
Thank you for your questions. And for your, not just your information, but everyone's information. Yes, I had undiagnosed mental illness left and right, but I also realized my brain was always on a constant movement. It was on overload, basically. And I was actually an interesting model they are evaluating now on the other side of how to avoid these, to create what I created without losing your mind, basically. That is what they're working on right now. To create large scale things. Like your Da Vinci. I felt like I was like a Da Vinci, it's just I was doing it. And he was visualizing it. I feel like we were almost the same person in that regard. Because we saw things that will help the world. But I was lucky enough to be able to give it to the world. That was like one of my most exciting lifetimes on this world. Thank you all. Blessings again.
Thank you. Blessings to you.
Yes. Namaste. Realize this. I'm learning much. I think I said that before, but I'm learning much, becoming a more peaceful, kinder person. Of course, I wasn't as ruthless as your Steve Jobs. That was a monster in some ways. But realize that we are imperfect. That's why we're here, to perfect. Blessings. Good night. Okay, that's a wrap.